So yeah, what ultimately like pushed you? So what did you do kind of leading up to it, and then what ultimately pushed you to go into real estate?
Right. So at some point I felt like I had topped out as far as my salary, the money I was making in the body shop business. I had ran a couple of shops down south in San Antonio, and I managed those two shops, and I was a service advisor for a collision center, and that position, you can only make so much.
Right.
That really caused me to look at, basically take an inventory of giftings and talents and see where it could land me.
Right.
And the epiphany came one day when I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I'll sell something. Maybe I'll be the guy that sells, maybe a furniture store. Maybe I'll sell furniture. Maybe I'll sell cars. Mm-hmm. And I did that for a while.
Well, that's actually not a bad thing. I mean, when you're selling stuff prior to moving into something like selling real estate, you kind of, what are they, like you earn your chops a little bit, like you practice your spiel, you work on what you say to people, how you say things. So having experience selling other things certainly prepares you for getting into this, right?
Absolutely. Selling things to other people really helps you focus on what to say and what not to say. You said it right. Because you don't tell a client, you say, do you think you can afford this? Yeah. No. Right. You assume they can afford anything that they're looking at.
For sure.
And so that type of respect that I learned for the client is what I took into real estate. Mm-hmm. And so using that, my service advising experience,
because you deal with clients on a day-to-day basis,
with
and
clients,
customers every day. Yeah.
Dealing in the body shop business, what I did, I was kind of for lack of a better term, kind of a liaison between the insurance and the shop.
Okay.
And sometimes it felt like you were a liaison within the shop between the insurance and the actual body shop guy. Mm-hmm. The insurance would say, we're paying this much, and the body shop guy said, well, that's not enough. Right. And then you're in the middle, looking like the bad guy.
You got to be the middleman. You're the messenger, and they're trying to kill you.
The messenger, yeah, and it's full of alpha males.
Yeah.
The whole place is full of alpha males.
For sure.
I mean, they're big guys. They don't even have to be big. They're just aggressive.
Yeah.
And dealing with that just teaches you just a range of ways to deal with different people.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Well, because you're dealing with somebody on one side who's telling you how it's going to be, and then you have to deal with the customer on the other side to try to explain that information to them in a digestible manner, right? So they can take it all in, fully understand what you're saying, and they may not always agree with you, obviously, or agree with whatever they're paying, whatever. So then you have to balance out how to make them at least feel comfortable with what you're charging, or explain it to them well enough to where they understand it, so they feel like they're not getting ripped off, or whatever the case may be. And especially, I think cars is a unique situation, not too dissimilar to real estate, simply because you are explaining stuff to somebody that they don't typically deal with and understand.
Absolutely.
Right? So
absolutely.
A car, I'm not a car person. My car's, I think, 15, 20 years old. Like, I'm not that in. I know you're a big time car guy.
Yeah.
But for me, walking into a body shop or a dealership or a repair shop or whatever, I'm not going to have a full breadth of knowledge as to what to expect and what I think they should say or what the cost should be. So a lot of what I decide when I deal with people is like, how do I feel about, do I trust this human? Like this individual that I'm dealing with, they're giving me information. Do I feel comfortable and do I trust them?
Right.
Because I have no idea what they're talking about. Right?
Exactly.
And it's very similar in real estate, because unless you buy and sell houses on a yearly basis, which most average people don't, then this is a whole new game for you, and this is something that's like Egyptian hieroglyphics that someone has to translate for you, right?